Section 154 of our Kenyan Constitution demands that for a cabinet secretary to be impeached, then a quarter of the parliamentarians must support that impeachment motion. In this case, 88 members of parliament out of 349 must support that motion. Now, Moses Kuria is a man under siege because a section of members of parliament are already collecting signatures so that they can impeach him for insisting that he's going to import 10,000 tons of GMO maize in the next 6 months. Led by Pokot North Member of Parliament, Mr. David Kosing, they have said that they've already begun a process of collecting signatures to ensure that they impeach Moses Kuria.
I want to tell Honorable Moses Kuria, he will be the first cabinet minister to leave office. And he might leave office before the end of this month or before Christmas. If he continues this, we will impeach him. We will collect signatures from tomorrow. If it doesn't change, he will be the first cabinet minister under this administration to go home. He is not above the law or above the people of Kenya. And he should listen to farmers.
This country, we've got laws. And before you import something, there are rules and procedures to do that. So we cannot have a ship docking, before we gazette the importation. So we are saying that is completely unacceptable. We want that to be reversed.
Very mischievous for this government of President William Ruto to now want to import maize, because the net effect of that is that it's going to saturate imported maize on the market, and the prices are going to be low. Farmers have invested very heavily in this season especially. So we are saying no. We are saying no and no and no.
Could we be creating an artificial shortage, creating a crisis to enable racketeers to start benefiting from issues that actually are of great concern to the country?
If they make good their threats, ladies and gentlemen, will they get the requisite number of members of parliament? The answer is yes. Before we move on with this discussion, if you are watching for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, I want to request you to hit that subscribe button and then click the notification bell. YouTube will notify you whenever we do a video like this. Please give our videos many likes so that YouTube will recommend them for more viewers. Moses Kuria will be impeached if the members of parliament make good their threat. Why? Politicians from Mount Kenya will vote to impeach him because succession politics is taking place in central Kenya. And if you look at people like Kimani Ichung'wah, Rigathi Gachagua, Ndindi Nyoro, they are all jostling for powers. Moses Kuria abandoned his party and joined the UDA. He's one of the powerhouses in Central Province that are seen as an alternative voice in that area. So the members of parliament will vote to impeach him because of the succession politics. The members of parliament from Rift Valley will obviously vote him out. Why? They are claiming that farmers from Rift Valley are already saying that we are in a harvesting season and therefore there is no need of importing maize. And Moses is going ahead to import the GMO, so they will vote him out. It goes without saying that the Azimio members of parliament, especially those from Nyanza, will definitely vote him out. Why? The person who is leading this call so that we can halt the importation of GMO is none other than Raila Amolo Odinga. So if this motion comes to parliament, on the floor of parliament, then Moses Kuria will go very early in the morning. But I want to ask a question, ladies and gentlemen. Why should we crucify Moses Kuria, yet we know that he's not acting alone? Just recently, you saw Bill Gates came to Kenya, and there were statements like the Bill Gates was saying that every meal he has taken is full of GMO, and there is undertones, some undertones in Kenya, a gossip that one of the things and the main thing that brought Bill Gates here was to ensure that they have a market of the GMO products from the USA. And who is leading this? The president himself, President President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua. They have always defended this move to import GMO maize. And they have told off Raila Odinga as someone who is only playing politics. So let me ask you, do you think the parliamentarians, the legislators who want to impeach Moses Kuria, do not know that Moses Kuria is working for the president? Such motions or must always be passed in a cabinet meeting, and the minutes must be there. So, for the members of parliament to claim that they want to impeach Moses Kuria, to me, this is like a fallacy. Do they fear telling Mr. Ruto the truth? Or this is a warning that they are sending to Mr. William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua? And will William Ruto save Moses Kuria? Because if he does not save Moses Kuria, if he elects Moses Kuria to be impeached, then we will know that he is sacrificing Moses Kuria. But the conversation is deeper than this, ladies and gentlemen. Because even if Moses Kuria is impeached, another minister will be there, will still continue, because this is a policy and we are serving the interest of some more powerful people. It is obvious now, it is no secret. And I want to say this, ladies and gentlemen, we should not sacrifice Moses Kuria. Because when Moses Kuria says that they are going to import GMO maize, he is only reflecting and manifesting the thoughts of the president and the deputy president. What more? It only means that we now need to bring all the stakeholders together so that we can talk about this matter. Impeaching Moses Kuria is very easy. He can be impeached and go. But what is the policy framework that guides importation of GMO? What is the policy framework that will ensure that we evaluate whether we have enough maize in the country? Because our farmers are saying that we are in the harvesting season, and so if we import maize, we will have an influx, and this will affect our market. Don't you think we are myopic in our views? Don't you think it is a bit of politics that we are playing here? The very members of parliament were there when this discussion started, but they were all quiet. Now that someone is leading these discussions, they are actually coming to their senses. And I want to applaud them. Better late than never. Is President Ruto sacrificing his cabinet secretary? We are waiting to see whether they are going to defend Moses Kuria. We are going to see whether the Kenya Kwanza team will call for an urgent meeting to discuss this. I haven't seen the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Mithika Linturi, under whose docket directly this issue lies. He is a bit passive. But the controversial Moses Kuria seems to be very ready for even more controversy. It was the Mitumba business. He came to clarify later. Then it was the land saga in Machakos County. That ended. And now he's being given a poisoned chalice to drink from. And I'm telling you, if Moses Kuria is not careful, he's going to be the first cabinet secretary in the Ruto administration to go home. Let him tread carefully, because under such circumstances, he will go alone. And if you think I'm lying, ask Kimunya and Boniface Halwale. Kimunya must go. This time round, it will be Moses Kuria must go. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Don't you think it is now time that so that the stakeholders can come together? Because it's now obvious. Why do you want to sacrifice a minister, yet you know very well that is working and only implementing a policy framework of the government of the day? Tell me what you think on the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. That is my take.